Hey everyone. So I tried to get Laura Lung on the phone to explain why for a second time this sectioning stuff was happening, and it didn't go well. I'm not gonna it did not go well at all. I lost my fucking temper. I was yelling and hollering, and she was trying to calm the situation, and I was like, no, no, I want an answer. But I mean, to be fair to me, she was kind of fucking stuttering and lying and changing her story through it like she normally fucking does. So of course I'm not gonna be pleased with, her explanation as to why mental health have been around here again. Like, of course I'm not gonna be pleased with it. And I realize that's always going to be my trigger. Somebody lying. And it goes back to childhood. When I lied or when I didn't tell the truth, I was continuously ridiculed for it, especially if I got caught out lying and stuff like that. Everybody lies, right? But when I lied, or even when I did something even minutely wrong, like I was just shamed the most for it. And I think I've kind of carried that into my interactions with gang stalkers. But is that really a bad thing considering what the gang stalkers are actually doing? So considering what mental health are actually doing and what my neighbors have been doing, is it really a bad thing that the one thing that pisses me off is lies? It actually pisses me off more than people being dumb, because it's like, think of this, right? I'm a smart person. I tell the truth most of the time. Most of the time, right? Tell the truth most of the time. I'm smart. I'm pretty brave to the point where I could be literally looking danger in the face. It's weird. It's like if I'm dealing with people who are really quite small, then I kind of mirror them and then I kind of behave in a small way. But if I'm dealing with like really big authority people, that's when my fucking teeth come out. I'm just mirroring the power that they actually have when I do that, and I don't realize that I'm doing it. So when I'm dealing with somebody who's small, I behave in a small way. But when I'm dealing with somebody who's big, I roar. I roar, and my roar is every inch as big as their presence. So, I tend to mirror not what they project like directly, but what's going on internally. I tend to mirror that. So that's something that those are a few things that I notice about myself when it comes to that. And on top of the fact that I'm triggered by lying. People being dumb triggers me, but just not on the same level, because I think it's more of a punitive thing on my end than anything to do with anything that they're saying. But even then, considering that I've been tortured, like literally tortured electronically, and I go through that every day, considering that I'm literally being psychologically tortured every day, considering what I'm actually going through, again, is it really a bad thing that I'm gonna fucking go after somebody for lying? No. But I at some point I kind of have to handle myself more carefully, don't I? Like I know I'm not afraid of anything, but it's like just because you're not afraid of anything, it doesn't mean that you can't do things to make your life easier. Do you know what I mean? So just because I'm not necessarily afraid of them, it doesn't mean that I have to kind of match what they're bringing all the time. Like I don't have to do that. But I mean, listen to the recordings. It's not going to be pretty, but this is me talking to Laura Ling today. Like, I was not pleased. I'm going to try to play the recording without interrupting, without making comments. Let's see how this goes, because I always fail at that. So I'm going to just try to play it all the way through. Try. Not that I shouldn't promise anything, but I'm at least going to try. Okay? So this is the interaction I had on the phone with her earlier. Downloading it. Yep, it's a short one, so that's fine. Okay. Hold on.
are you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to know the circumstances of why I was sent for yet another mental health assessment. I thought that case had been closed.
I'm going on your housing officer who's raised concerns. So it's not just me.
No. I didn't think it was just you, but what concerns had the housing officers raised?
There's reported increased hostility towards your neighbour.
There was no increased hostility. In fact, on my end, there was decreased hostility. It was on their end that there was increased hostility. So why am I being assessed?
This was what was put to us.
All right, so
Okay.
I've already sent an email to Nicholas Noonan. So hopefully, I can put in a call to him tomorrow and he can explain himself, because I'm really not pleased about this situation.
The information he's forwarded to me is he's saying that the landlord, he's trying to support you from becoming homeless. He's a homeless prevention officer, and he's trying to discourage the landlord from enabling you in that sense.
So all right. So hold on. Okay, so basically, the landlord made assurances to me that I could retain my tenancy if I did not start any ruckus with the neighbours. I have kept my word. Okay, I have kept my word. The neighbours have been the ones harassing people. The neighbours called the police on them. They didn't call the police on me. So I am not the one calling the police, talking to the police, telling the police anything. It has been them that has been causing all the ruckus. It has not been me. So what you're saying to me is not only have false reports been made about me, but that my landlords have an active part in that. That's what you're telling me.
No, it's not an active part, okay?
Yes, it is an active part, because the thing is, they've gone back on their word. They said, if it's really that bad, I will keep my mouth shut, I will stay out of trouble. I've kept my mouth shut, I've stayed out of trouble. So that basically means the landlords have gone back on their word. So really, they have been orchestrating... Hold on. They have been orchestrating this whole thing to try to get me out of the flat behind my back. I'm not a fan of this.
No, that's not what they're doing.
What are they doing from your perspective, Laura? How does this look how does this look to you?
They're trying to stop you from becoming homeless, okay?
Stop me from becoming homeless? How? I already said to the landlords, look, I'm willing to stay. Name your terms, I'm willing to stay. They named their terms, I've stuck by those terms. What's the problem?
Okay, then let's not have any further altercations between the neighbours, okay?
No, don't do that, Laura. Don't let's not me, because I've been minding my business. You need to talk to them.
Right, well that's what needs to happen. All that I'm getting is the information that's being handed in from other people. Okay?
Right, okay, so I will definitely talk to the council, because the thing is, if I'm staying here and minding my own business, and I'm the one being taunted and screeched at, and yet I'm the one being reported, that's for damn sure heads are going to roll, because I'm not putting up with this. That means the landlords have been orchestrating this the entire time to try and get me out. Because I've stuck with my end of the bargain. I've stayed out of trouble. So why is it that they've still reported me as screaming at people when I haven't been doing that?
Look, Fabian, they've not reported you.
No, the landlords want to kick me out. The council are trying to stop that from happening.
That's not how I see it. This is not about them wanting to kick you out. This is about them wanting to protect your home and not lose it.
No, but that's the council. The council are trying to do that. Didn't you just say that? Didn't you just say that the council were the ones trying to protect me? Didn't you just say that? And therefore that was the reason for the attempted sectioning. So now you're changing it.
No. You're talking
I'm losing my
about
patience.
attempt to kick you out. Okay? This is not an attempt to kick you out.
Not on the council's part, no.
Your mental health. Okay? It's about looking out for your mental health. It's not kicking you out. And on the contrary, it's about actually supporting you and ensuring that you remain to have accommodation.
So, yeah, the council are doing that. So what you've told me is that the landlords are trying to have me evicted and the council are trying to prevent that from sectioning me. That doesn't make any sense because I've been sticking by my part. I've been doing my part. That makes no sense.
About being, okay? They're not trying to kick you out. They were concerned about your well-being.
So they've been lying,
okay?
Is what you're telling me. They've been lying. Did they or did they not report me, Laura?
I can't say anything further on the matter. They're concerned about your well-being, and that's why this route
This is outrageous. You are going to make decisions based on my health, based on vague reports. You won't even tell me who did it or why. You're just giving me vague information. This is about my health. This is outrageous.
Fabian, I don't think this conversation's going to go any further, okay?
Then come off the phone.
Okay?
Come off the phone. Now. Oh my God. Wow. But do you see what I'm talking about? I was getting triggered because Laura kept lying. She kept lying about it. So first off, she told me, the first thing she told me was that it was due to the housing officers who reported me to mental health because they didn't want me to be in a situation where I was homeless. It doesn't make any sense if I haven't been starting any ruckus with anybody. That doesn't make any sense. But then she talked about increased hostility. Well, there is always hostility on the part of the neighbors. It's not that it's never hostility on my end, but I'm a defensive kind of person. I'm a kind of a don't start none, won't be none type of person. But even then, after the council talked to me about what was going on, and then I said, okay, I'll do what I can from my end, but if anything happens, you guys are responsible. When I wrote an email back saying, okay, I'll do what you tell me to do, but if these neighbors kick off, if anything goes left, then they're the ones responsible. Yeah? So I made that clear to them. So what Laura told me at first was the council were trying to get me sectioned because there were worries about increased hostility in the flat, and they wanted me to be safe or to prevent me from being homeless because the landlords wanted me out. All right. So far, so straightforward. So this tells me two things. The first thing is that the neighbors definitely reported me because they've said it. Yeah, they've definitely reported me. The second thing that this tells me is that the landlords are involved in trying to get a rise out of me so that they can get me out of the flat. I don't know how involved they've been in the entire 6 months, but what is very clear from what Laura has told me is that they are involved in landlord abuse now. I'd always suspected that landlord abuse was going on, but it is very, very clear now that it is. Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to have a neighbor report me to mental health, and then you're going to turn around and tell me it's the council because the council don't want me kicked out. If the landlords are the ones who want me kicked out and the council are trying to prove that I'm not fit in order to prevent me from leaving, that means that the landlords were actively involved in trying to get me out of the house and they've been in cahoots with the neighbor. That's what that means. They've been talking behind my back to other neighbors anyway, so it would make sense that these landlords are in cahoots with the neighbors upstairs as well. Because if they weren't, they would have left already. So this is why I said the landlords are trying to kick me out anyway. Because I'm thinking, so instead of just confessing to me that the neighbor did it, now you've put this story forward that the landlords are trying to kick me out and the council are trying to prevent that, hence the sectioning. So that's the story that Laura's put forward. then that would have to mean that the landlords and the neighbours are actively involved with one another, one way or the other. I mean, right? That's what it would have to mean. So they don't want you to be homeless. I'm like, no, the council don't want me to be homeless. The landlords could give a fuck. The landlords, if the landlords and the council are debating with one another, then how do you then turn around and switch that and say, no, the landlords aren't trying to kick you out? You said to me that the council were trying to dissuade the landlords from kicking me out, right? So how does this turn into, well, the landlords reported you because they're concerned for your mental health? So already Laura cannot stick to her story. This is why I'm losing my patience, because she keeps fucking lying. She keeps lying. She keeps fucking lying constantly. So this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say mental health, the police, like, they're a lot more dangerous than these people upstairs. These people upstairs want to be relevant so bad. But they are nothing and no one. The real enemies that I have to deal with are mental health, police, and my landlords and the council. Those are the real enemies that I have to deal with here. Important people who could actually make decisions. So she went from saying that the landlords wanted me out to the landlords don't want me out. Like, rah, like, I'm going to have to play this again. And this time I am going to pause. And you guys tell me, am I tripping? You guys tell me.
Okay, hiya, how are you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to know the circumstances of why I was sent for yet another mental health assessment. I thought that case should have been closed.
I'm going on your housing officer who's raised concerns. So it's not just me.
No. Why would I think it was just her? If you're the one who put forward to the mental health assessment, if you're the one who made the call for the mental health assessment to come here, of course I'm going to call you. So already she's trying to pass the buck. I didn't think it was just you, but what concerns had the housing officers raised?
There's reported increased hostility towards your neighbour. So
there was report of increased hostility towards the neighbour. That neighbour upstairs said she reported me and said that I can't cope. That's what she told these people. She didn't tell these people about no fucking increased hostility. She said I can't cope. Listen, man, like, don't get me fucking started in here. These people lie out their fucking teeth. Watch. That's what, you know what? That's why the mental health assessment team did not want me recording them this morning, because they knew they were going to come out with some lies. So if they lie and I lose my temper and I don't have a recording, that means I don't have evidence in my corner. I wasn't about to have that in my flat. But let's continue. There was no increased hostility. In fact, on my end, there was decreased hostility. It was on their end that there was increased hostility. So this is true. You can hear them taunting now as I'm making this live because they're celebrating. So the children are celebrating me getting angry again. So they're doing that again. They're probably watching the live right now. I've told the council this. I've told the council they've been watching my live. And ain't nobody going to try to fucking argue with me either, because at the end of the day, what have the children at that local school been saying? What have they been saying? What have they been told? What have the parents told? What have the parents been told? This is not something people want to try me on. Because at the end of the day, if people are that willing to run their mouth, go on my live, show it to other people, and other people have been talking about it, let's ask the community. Better yet, let's ask the fucking school what's been said. Don't wanna fuck with me on this, mate. Why am I being assessed? Yeah, so I did say that there was decreased hostility on my end, and that's true, because the thing is, first of all, I'm staying for my family. I'm not staying for myself. And second of all, I said to them, look, I'm going to try and keep my cool on my end as much as possible, but you're going to be responsible if it escalates. I told them straight. That's why if it is true that the landlords want me out, then that's why they want me out. Because they know I don't tolerate any bullshit. And if it escalates far enough, then I might swing. I'm not one to put up with any bullshit. Because I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to put up with people bullying me. I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to put up with anybody bullying me, and especially not trying to have me sectioned based on shit that you caused. Nah. So for me, I've been holding my corner. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. I've been, ignoring them. I've been tuning them out. I've been working on my business, and ironically, the more that I do that is the better that I actually feel. But I've been tuning them out, and I've been doing my thing. It's them upstairs who want to keep upsetting me for sport. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck about them. And they know I don't give a fuck about them. That's why they're mad.
This was what was put to us.
All right, so
okay.
I've already sent an email to Nicholas Noonan. Hold on. So hopefully, I can put in a call to him tomorrow, and he can explain himself, because I'm really not pleased about this situation.
What?
It's not the sectioning that bothers me. This is the thing, right? I tried to have myself sectioned. When my depression over this situation, over these neighbors doing what they're doing, when that had reached its peak, and I really couldn't take anymore, and I was just beleaguered, and I just wanted to be sectioned. I just wanted to get away from this fucking family. I just wanted to get the fuck away from them. I know what sectioning can do to me. It says a lot about them as a family that I'd rather be sectioned where people could completely overdose me. And that could kill me rather than me staying here and putting up with them. So it shows you what they're like as a family, that I would literally rather die than put up with them. So, I'd literally rather die than be around them. That was me at my lowest point. I would rather have died than been around them, and I knew that those medications could kill me. So yeah, it's definitely not the section that bothered me. It's the lies surrounding it. Why are you playing around with people's health based on lies? Why do that? I don't like that.
The information he's forwarded to me is he's saying that the landlord, he's trying to support you from becoming homeless. So he's a homeless friend.
This is what I think happened. The neighbors, Logan, reported me to Kudos. Kudos spoke to the council, and the council spoke to Laura. Now, this is the official story of what's going on. This is the official story that Laura is bringing to me here. Because she keeps trying to leave out the neighbors. She keeps trying to leave them out, okay? So this is the train of thought in accordance with her story. Now, my thing is this. If these landlords knew that these people had been bullying me, if these neighbors knew that there was evidence of them harassing me, even now there's evidence of them starting shit, okay? If the landlords knew that, then why would they call the council saying that I was increasing hostilities? That's what I'm saying. Why, it just doesn't make any sense. And it seems like they're trying to come up with this convoluted story, but all it does is just make everybody involved look guilty. So from the part of mental health, They're clearly doing this because, you know, the gang stalking initiative or whatever case there is on me, there's loss of control. So me being sectioned is a way to gain back control. Okay, that's why I'm being sectioned. If the council got involved, it's very likely that they have been brought in to try to control the situation, to make sure that I don't move so that the people involved in my case don't have to deal with the paperwork, right? If the landlords are involved, then the landlords definitely want to get rid of me, but they're caught in a rock and a hard place, because if they get rid of me, then they immediately have to replace me with somebody else. And judging by everything that's happened here, they're going to have to fucking vet the people that they're letting to renting to. They're going to have to vet the people renting their apartments very carefully now. So even if they do successfully get rid of me, it's a vacant flat. Money's going down the drain every single month. That flat is vacant. So even if they do succeed in getting rid of me, it's still their loss to incur. It's not mine. That's why I'm not worried about the situation, because if I leave and the landlords are so keen to get rid of me, then not only are the council going to do everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen, because the gang stalkers don't want to deal with the paperwork, the council are going to make sure that they can do everything in their power not to let that happen. At best, for my welfare. At worst, so that the gang stalkers don't have to deal with the paperwork. Oh, so if I leave now, that's more paperwork for the gang stalkers to deal with, and also the landlords lose money. They don't want to deal with me anymore, but the landlords are going to lose money if I walk up out of here. And plus, if East Brighton lose me and I decide to move to another part of the country, then they're no longer in control of the situation. So they're trying to prevent that. And then on the part of the neighbours who reported me in the first place, well, it's very obvious why they did it. Their pride was injured. They're entitled assholes who don't know their asses from their elbow. So, of course, they're going to report me for nothing, for doing absolutely nothing. So, like, so anyway, let's continue with the recording.
Sir, and he's trying to discourage the landlords from enabling you in that sense.
So, all right. So, hold on. Okay, so basically, the landlord made assurances to me that I could retain my tenancy. Did you hear that? We won from outside. I could give a fuck. It's them losing money, not me. If I did not start any ruckus with the neighbours, I have kept my word. Okay? I have kept my word. The neighbours have been the ones harassing people. The neighbours called the police on them. They didn't call the police on me. So I am not the one calling the police, talking to the police, telling the police anything. It has been them that has been causing all the ruckus. It has not been me. So what you're saying to me is not only have false reports been made about me, but that my landlords have an active part in that. That's what you're telling me.
No, it's not an active part.
Wait a minute. So she's the one who said the landlords want me out and the council are trying to prevent that. So what part of that is not active? I'm confused.
Okay.
Yes, it is an active part, because the thing is, they've gone back on their word. They said, if it's really that bad, I will keep my mouth shut, I will stay out of trouble. I've kept my mouth shut, I've stayed out of trouble. So that basically means the landlords have gone back on their word. So really, they have been orchestrating. Hold on. They have been orchestrating this whole thing to try to get me out of the flat behind my back. I'm not a fan of this.
No, that's not.
No, they've stayed doing that shit. How was Laura going to say, no, they're not doing that? They stayed doing that shit. Every single time they don't get their way, they always try to throw me out. Like when I have the temerity to ask them to do their fucking job, then they want to kick me out. The only time when I say that they definitely have a point is when I didn't mean to, but I made false accusations against the owner of the relocation agency because I thought they were operating on some kind of tax dodge thing, because I'd been doing research and looking into the relocation agency. Okay, I've been doing my research on them, and I came to a wrongful conclusion. Basically, I added 2 + 2 in my head and I came up with 500. So from that perspective, I get why they'd be pissed off with me. I completely get it. But they've been trying to get me kicked out. Every single time they get fucking salty, they're just like these people up here. Every single time they get fucking salty, they always try to pull some shit to get me out of the flat. Always. They always pull some shit like this, salty, entitled. Can't stand nobody else to be happy but them. Well, no, the landlords are not like that. These people are like that, but but they cut from the same cloth. Every single time they get a personal injury. That's why none of these people need to be in authority, you know, because every single time there's a personal injury against them, they do something really, really serious and really, really worrying. But let's continue. What are they doing from your perspective, Laura? How does this look like to you? How does this look to you?
They're trying to stop you from becoming homeless, okay?
Stop me from becoming homeless? How? I already said to the landlords, look, I'm willing to stay. Name your terms, I'm willing to stay. They named their terms, I've stuck by those terms. What's the problem?
Okay, then let's not have any further altercations between the neighbours. Okay,
No, don't do that, Laura. Let's not me, because I've been I don't like that. They always do that. Every time I'm trying to mind my business and the neighbors start harassing me, and then they get salty over it and they report me like basically for no reason. Suddenly it's like, oh, let's not. Fuck off. Don't do that with me. Don't do that with me. I'm not the one for that shit. Business. You need to talk to them.
Right, well that's what needs to happen. All that I'm getting is the information that's being handed in from other people. Okay?
Right, okay, so and then you're gonna be that arrogant based on information other people gave you. At least when I did it, I admitted I was wrong. Definitely talk to the council, because the thing is, if I'm staying here and minding my own business and I'm the one being taunted and screeched at, and yet I'm the one being reported, that's for damn sure heads are going to roll, because I'm not putting up with this. That means the landlords... Yeah, they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money. I'm suing. I know I keep saying that, but they're going to lose money. And I know they care. They give a fuck about their money. Orchestrating this the entire time to try and get me out, because I've stuck with my end of the bargain. I've stayed out of trouble. So why is it that they've still reported me as screaming at people when I haven't been doing that?
Look, Fabian, they've not reported you.
No, the landlords want to kick me out. The council are trying to stop that from happening.
That's not how I see it. This is not about them wanting to kick you out. This is about them wanting to protect your home. And
who is she talking about? Who is she talking about? She said the landlords want me out, so the council are trying to prevent that. Okay, fine. They're trying to protect. Who are they talking about? This bitch. Like, okay.
Lose it.
No, but that's the council. The council are trying to do that. Didn't you just say that? She can't even stick to her story. She can't even stick to her story. She's trying to play with my Listen, this is why I give these people hell. You ain't about to play around with my fucking life. You're not going to do it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You do not play around with my life. Ever.
Yeah.
Didn't you just say that the council were the ones trying to protect me? Didn't you just say that? And therefore that was the reason for the attempted sectioning. So now you're changing it.
No. You're
I'm losing my
talking about
patience.
attempt to kick you out. Okay? This is not an attempt to kick you out.
Not on the council's part, no.
Mental health. Okay? It's about looking out for your mental health. It's not kicking you out. And on the contrary, it's about actually supporting you and ensuring that you remain to have accommodation.
So, yeah, the council are doing that. So what you've told me is that the landlords are trying to have me evicted and the council are trying to prevent that from sectioning me. That doesn't make any sense because I've been sticking by my part. I've been doing my part. That makes no sense.
About okay, they're not trying to kick you out. They were concerned about...
I don't know who's in the background, but somebody said Laura's trying to talk to her. She's flying into a rage. It might be her team. Or it might be somebody else who's come down to see her. I don't know. But there's someone in the background and they can clearly hear everything.
Well-being.
So they've been lying,
okay,
is what you're telling me. They've been lying. Did they or did they not report me, Laura?
I can't say anything further on the matter.
She can't say anything further on it. That means she's lying and she's not sticking to her story. Her story's falling apart.
Concerned about your well-being, and that's why this room
This is outrageous. You are going to make decisions based on my health. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, no, not the extra drama. Oh, my gosh. No. This is outrageous. Based on vague reports. You won't even tell me who did it or why. You're just giving me vague information. This is about my health. This is outrageous. I'm sorry, I was cussing. Jeez. Hold on. Oh my gosh. No, this did not go well. I should... Oh, that's awful. I can't.
Fabian, I don't think this conversation's going to go any further, okay?
Then come off the phone.
Okay.
Come off. Why are you still talking? You said we shouldn't continue. Why are you still talking? Come off the phone. Like, still talking. Shut up. Now! Why? Listen, from time you're saying, you know this person's angry. You know this person is in a rage, like you can't reason with them. At that point, she could not reason with me. At that point, something has to say to you, okay, if I say I'm going to come off the phone, I'm going to come off the phone. We will talk later. Like, calm the fuck down. We'll talk about it later. Okay, at some point you have to do that. Like, you just have to come off the phone. She keeps talking. Come off the phone. So this is what I'm saying. Stupidity and lies. I'm a smart woman. I could be the smartest person on the planet. I'm not. But let me tell you something right now. You could be the smartest person on the planet. But as difficult as it is to argue with somebody who's smart, arguing with somebody who's stupid is damn near impossible. So you've got somebody who's stupid and somebody who's lying. That's a damn near impossible thing to argue with. And that's what makes money. And at the end of the day, the people in charge, they're stupid and they lie. So that is damn near impossible to argue with. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It does not matter how brave you are. It does not matter. None of these things matter. If you're dealing with somebody who's stupid and dumb, to the point where it's extreme, you're not going to win. I cuss these people out in full knowledge that I'm not going to win. What is the point in worrying about it? I'm not going to win against them. I don't have the resources to do that. So if I'm not going to win against them, then why back down? What's the point in me backing down? What am I getting out of it? How does me backing down serve my interest? How does me backing down serve my interest? How does me toning it down serve my interest? The whole time I'm thinking to myself, okay, fine, I could be calm about it, but how does that serve my interest? Because if I'm not going to win, I'm not going to win. There are too many stupid, lying people. I am not going to win. So fuck it. Let the chips fall where they may. I tell the truth no matter what. I don't care if it makes me look bad. I don't care what the outcome is. They can section me, not section me. I don't give a fuck. The truth is going to be spoken around here because I'm not going to play their fucking game. You play their game, you lose. You try to play their game on their way, that you lose. I mean, sure, I'm not going to win anyway, but you play their game, you lose. Because you can't argue with that level of stupid, dumb, and hateful. You can't argue with that. You can get evidence, but you can't win against that. And I'm not trying to. Fuck it. Love is the only reason why I do anything. Love is the only reason why I'm even still in this flat. So, like, I'm not in this flat for me. So I ain't no skin off my fucking nose if they want to take me out of here. At least I tried. At least I tried. That's the best thing that I could say. I tried for my family, even though, yeah, I don't know how much my family deserve that. But I tried for them. I tried for them. And nobody can fault me for that. But yeah, even when I don't start shit pops off. I'm tired. Ridiculous. I was calm. You all saw me. You all saw how I was. Everyone can see the difference between Fabienne when she's calm and Fabienne when she's Fabi. Everybody can see the difference. And you guys know. You know I've been on the level. You know that their taunts and their things, they haven't been penetrating me because I've been so focused on other things. So in the end, it wasn't the neighbors that angered me at all. They're annoying as shit, but they're not important. And they know they're not important. Who's important are the people who are protecting them, protecting their bad behavior. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. These people stay losing when they play chicken with me. I don't win by winning. I win by losing. Let them take the Ross Clark flat. It's got damp in here anyway that they've been painting over rather than cleaning up. Let them have it. You feel me? Anyway, I've got to go because, yeah, I'm going to relax. I'm just going to relax, do my little thing. Yeah, just take my mind off this crap. I'm just so tired of the fuckery. I'm tired of the fuckery. I'm tired of mental health fuckery. I'm tired of, like, the council fuckery. I'm tired of landlord fuckery, even though landlords, like, you know, they probably have the least obligation to do anything morally because they're interested in making money. They're interested in making money. Sick of everybody's fuckery, man. I'm focusing on myself, what I'm doing. And people can decide whether they want to grow the fuck up or not. I'm done.